All right, there we go. Today, instead of live streaming, I'm live streaming. It's similar, but a little bit different. First thing I'm going to do this morning is make some new coffee. All right. Got that old coffee grounds mostly rinsed away down the drain like we want them. And now we're going to take this pot here. We're going to empty out this old coffee, put some new water in. All right, well, we're getting started on getting some water in here, but really, what are we really getting started with? We're waiting to poo more than anything else. Hi, Acacia. Hi, Winston's mom. We're waiting to poo. And I think we have a starter poo really coming, already ready to go, more or less. And we'll leave that there while I go approach the starter poo. Water in there. That's where. It's a good starter poo. Yeah, it's a fair amount of poo for a starter poo, so that'll do for now. Alright. My starter poo is done. And I'm already feeling a lot better because of it. One thing of S1 is because YouTube's no longer promoting it or whatever. You know, the algorithm giveth and taketh away. Nothing I can do about it except not care. You know, that's all I can do is not care. And I don't. Because fuck YouTube. I gave up caring about it a long time ago. It's almost a sick joke that it made me care about it again, you know, with sudden unexpected burst of new subs or whatever. It's kind of a cruel joke. YouTube doesn't like me. YouTube doesn't know what to do with me, right? YouTube wants people to fit everybody into a specific category of person. Like, this person's unreliable because of you know, unreliably family friendly, unreliably whatever. I don't fit into any of the categories. I'm smarter than YouTube. I'm smarter than all the other people on YouTube. I break YouTube, you know. I break YouTube for very good reasons. Because I'm correct. Everybody else is wrong in this way or that way or the other way. I'm correct. Think about it, YouTube's done a great job because by and large, it's correct about who's correct about what. But in my instance, it's got no chance because I'm both correct and regarding lots of things, exclusively correct. So obviously YouTube has no way of even determining that I am correct. You know, but besides that whole like kind of community standards, content police stuff, I think YouTube is quite fair about doing its job, which is, of course, it's not, YouTube is not for creators, right? YouTube is for viewers. YouTube's algorithm is designed to get viewers to see what they want to see. But the thing that gets in the way of that is they get fussy about certain kinds of content, you know? So, I'm willing to believe that nobody wants to watch Eric. That's fine. The thing that I don't like is that YouTube can't seem to decide if I'm safe or not, you know? Even though I'm the safest thing in the world because I'm the most correct. So there's nothing safer than being correct. But I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm done giving a fuck. That's all there is to it. I'm done giving a fuck. That's all. Fly babies live in it. Fly babies don't live in poop. Okay? They live in rotting meat. Just like you, Boba Fett. Hi, Chopper fan. So I'm just waiting for coffee to cook. It'll be a while till it's done. Then in the interim, maybe I'll walk around outside a little bit. But I don't know. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow we get Adderall. That'll be nice. I smell sex and candy. Yeah. Who's that casting devious glares in my direction? Who's that saying stars in my direction? Oh, that surely is a dream. Morning in the mountains. It smells like going fishing. Rachel and I are having some weird sleeping schedules. I didn't go to bed till, like 1 in the morning last night. Even though it's only 5:20 a.m. Up already. I'll probably go back to bed relatively soonish. And I would obviously take the pill that allowed you to never poo. Presumably, it would mean you'd get your poo out of you in some other way than pooing it. So what do I have in store for today? Well, I've got a few chores in store for today. I've got another nap in store for today at some point. One of the chores is I got to email or message my doctor saying refill my Addy script. And then tomorrow I'll get my Adderall. I'm not even really excited about it, to be honest. Mr. Takar. I am talking with fence people. I'm not in the jungle. I am in the mountains, kind of. No. Well, I haven't pulled my morning barn rips yet, so that's still coming up. I was kind of waiting till my coffee's ready. On the grounds that I want something to sip on, What the hell is that title? Well, today, instead of live streaming, I decided to live stream. Skinwalkers are famous, sure. Yeah, well, It's like you once said, okay, sure. Blood for sperms is the clear choice, something like that. I wish I could remember the exact word of it. I have seen the Skin Marker Ranch show on the History Channel. Yes, I've. Or was it Sperm for Bloods? Sperm for Bloods. I'm leaning Sperm for Bloods, I believe was the quote, something like that. All right, let's just bite the bullet. Let's pull our first bong rip for the day while we're waiting for the coffee to cook. I think it was Sperm for Bloods is death the way to lean. Sperm for Bloods is death the way to lean, I believe is what the exact quote was. Ruben, you're finishing the 4th season of The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. What's my profession? I'm a professional fuckabout. I fuck around, I fuck about, I fuck through. you name your pronouns. Yes, you can come home as long as you didn't do all the coke. Well, Dim Sum 69. You know, I had to tell my wife last night, Rachel, you've got to change your Instagram name. Because her Instagram name was Seeker469. Now, you might assume, as anyone would, that it means what it appears to mean. She's just I've not heard of Mr. Bo Nerman before. That's a new one. And really, it's about her tri-type, her Enneagram type tri-type. She's a seeker tri-type, and her tri-type is 469. But I pointed out that maybe Seeker for 69 is not the ideal name for her, you know? It just kind of escaped her that that's what she was putting there as her name, I think. Hi, Alina. I'm fine. Let's win. Anagram tri-type names go wrong. You support gay? I support individuals. Okay. Individuals of all kinds. Let me scoop up the last of these grindings here before I grind more. We'll smoke this here. No, not really, Jerry Jodo. I enjoyed the day the way I enjoyed the day. which is smoking weed. Of course, it's not failing to be sober. It's important to remember that. I'm actually over 10 years sober. Sobriety refers to your relationship with alcohol. A lot of people make this mistake of thinking that you can not be sober because you're on drugs. You might be intoxicated or whatever, but sobriety specifically refers to alcohol. So, yeah, I've been sober for over the last 10 years. I'm not clean and sober, but I'm sober. Well, that's the other thing, is that when you smoke weed a lot, it's more like smoking cigarettes than it is like smoking, than it is like drinking alcohol. Well, Jerry Jodo, it's like I said, I'm uh, I'm a regular weed smoker, so it's very much like smoking cigarettes. People do get dependent on cigarettes, and I used to smoke cigarettes too, but it's important to distinguish between something like coffee or cigarettes and something like alcohol. Coffee or cigarettes or pot are all in the same category. Alcohol, heroin, whatever are in a different category. Possessive apostrophe fail? I don't know about that. I mean, after some time I get used to weed, so now it doesn't affect me much. Yeah, me too. I've been smoking for a long time, so it doesn't really make that much difference. Is this guy okay? This guy is fine, yeah. How about you, Cameron? Are you okay? But are you really okay? Are you as okay as you're supposed to be? Because I think you might be a little less okay than that. This coffee's got a long way to go before it's even, if I even think about drinking it. It takes the percolator a while to measure that level water, man. Massive scale lie. What are you talking about? Measure the water level? And what? I don't know what you're talking about. So, if you're saying I'm lying on some massive scale, you're absolutely incorrect. But I don't know what you would say I was lying about. No, Cameron, you're not okay than I am. Actually, I've done some research on both you and me. I'm at least 40 times more okay than you. Who are you talking to, me? I don't feel like doing that. Oh, Cameron, my math is perfect. Okay. As are my models of dynamic systems. I've modeled you, and it turns out there's a disorder in your synthesis of dynamism. In other words, you're too static. And that's why you keep getting the wrong answer about things. Trust me, I've been at this for a while. I know what I'm talking about. How are you, sir? It's time to cut your hair, sweetie. Thanks, Stephanie Dorian. You're a real helpful lady. Well, I'm afraid, Acacia, that Cameron may not be informed about your jurisdiction over bragging. You see, Cameron, Acacia is the one who ultimately makes the call on whether or not it's okay for either of us to be bragging. I'm assuming it isn't, but I did it anyway because I didn't have express. It didn't. I didn't have it expressly prohibited. Elaine, being okay. There's a lot more to being okay than just being okay. All right. There's comparative okayness, and right now Cameron and I are engaged in a battle of comparative okayness. Obviously, I'm way more okay than Cameron. But Cameron mistakenly believes, due to his lack of okayness, that he is more okay than me. Naturally, he's getting some pushback from me because not only am I okay, but I'm also correct. Antichrist 24. He's a guy with a C and a kind of a burgundy colored circle. He spoke at 5:37 a.m. according to my timestamp. Last, Cameron says, "Oh, I misread that the first time. Turns out you, Acacia, are the least okay of all, according to Cameron. But I don't know. We've already determined that he's got some kind of broken okayness meter, and that in fact his inability to ascertain the okayness of people is part of the way in which he is not okay." Have you been using fluoride-free toothpaste to decalcify your pineal gland? I've not. But I asked a simulation. Is a simulation. Wait. Yes. A simulation. Says always. You like this combination of okacia? Oh, is that what he called you? That is pretty good. I'll admit that. I didn't think he did that, though. He didn't really do that. He didn't call you okacia. I wish he had. You gave him too much credit. Three things make people want to change. One is that they hurt sufficiently. Thomas A. Harris, I'm okay. You're okay. I'm okay, Thomas A. Harris, but you're a piece of shit. Yeah, well, I think that was really your idea, Acacia. You're just trying to credit it to somebody else so you could get the idea out there without the social baggage that would go along with it being your idea. I don't get that question, Barat. What type of weed am I smoking? It's called potato runts from the Indian reservation. So anyway, I want you to know that I think that you are okaysha. Anyway, despite getting busted, I still think you're a-okaysha. Runts is one of your fast favorites. Have you ever had potato runts before? This was cheap. This stuff. Uh, it was like super on sale. And when I got it home, I realized, well, the reason is because it doesn't really taste that great, but it's good and stony. I like it. Well, Elaine was part of a TWFP couple, but now they're a couple no more. They have one of those hearts that's broken in half with a jagged line like this. So, all the thirsty single people, get in line. You're going to smoke cheese now, blunt? I don't like cheese as a strain. I like cheese as a food, but not as a strain. You were on the garlic, onion, and mushroom today? That's interesting. Rachel told me. So, anyway. If they ever sent each other Valentine hearts, now they have to rip them in half. GMO. You like to genetically modify all your food? Yeah. Well, Winston's mom, sometimes just gotta say, oh well, and move on. Please look up the old man from The Little Prince. You look just like him. Well, I don't, but it's fine, I guess. That's glad. That's good to hear, Winston's mom. Thanks for letting me know. That's only if bragging's allowed, Winston's mom. Acacia is the minister of bragging. It's like somebody pointed out to me the other day that my name rhymes with barbaric, but I'd never heard that before. I never thought of that before. Even though I have like 50 years of living with the name Eric. I don't recall ever thinking that the word barbaric rhymes with it. Which of course it does. Actually rhyme quite well. So let's see. Take a look at the old cofferoo. See if it's brown enough. It's just still very much water. So It's just a light tan right now. I'm gonna need to let it go a little longer than that. Keep smacking the lips. Yeah, I could see it a little bit. But, you know, people are always comparing me to anybody balding with a beard, basically. How do I take my coffee with a shit ton of powdered coffee creamer in it? Hysteric, cleric. Barack doesn't rhyme with Eric. I haven't really thought about hysteric or cleric either. Interestingly. Funny how I never really rhymed very much with my own name, I guess. Now, you want to talk about a much harder name to rhyme with than Eric. Rachel. Like, hardly anything rhymes with Rachel. I'm sure he's a wonderful gentleman. And he, too, for all you sensual ladies out there, is once again single. He likes long walks on the beach, sunsets, and ferns. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. It's almost ready. I just want to kind of stand over here kind of close to the coffee, but it's silly. Turning on the light won't make the coffee get ready faster either. Like I'm thinking, well, if I prepare to make the coffee, it'll be ready a little bit faster somehow. It won't. Oh, isn't it pronounced Barrick? No, it's not. Okay, sure. It's definitely not. Make the coffee feel awkward for not being ready yet. Maybe that is what I'm trying to do in there, yeah. Let's see. Is that dark enough? What do you think? It's still like tea, you know. Just wait a second. I don't know who Jacob Collier is. Well, thank you, Shmeem. Once again, I meet another delightful new person here. I've not heard of her before. Miss Wrecked. And no, her first name's not Annalie. It's Dixie. Now that's looking like a pretty good cup of coffee. I'm gonna give this coffee credit where credit's due. I think you're done cooking. Nobody's gonna really object to this cup of coffee. Right, look at that. That's pretty dark. Now, we'll get a half a cup of creamer. Scoop it in. Then, we'll get a stick for stirring. Stir, stir, stir goes the trolley. I need to order drapes. Delicious. This coffee is as fresh as the morning itself. And Al beads, huh? And Al beads and Dixie wrecked. All right, mean bird. I appreciate the feedback. Why are there so many teenagers and spoiled adults in the USA upset with life? It seems to me that it has to do with the fact that they don't feel loved by God. Well, that's an interesting interpretation of things. Thanks to Kayla Annette. I'm glad I'm alive too. I think your last name should be Mockingbird. Who agrees with me? Should Tequila's last name be Mockingbird? I hope it is. And that's your middle name and your last name is Mockingbird. So this morning, I think I might watch some cartoons. Let me see what cartoons are out. No longer allowed in another world. This season of Crunchyroll is shitty. There's no lying to myself about it. It just isn't a very good season. I only like a few of the cartoons. The only thing that's really it's really grabbing my testicles is maybe Wisteria, Wand and Sword. That one's good. But there's just too much shit like this. Like, Atri, my dear moments. A boy who lost his mother and one of his legs in an accident returns disillusioned from a harsh, no, thank you. Or Macchiini, too many losing heroines. Meet the girls on the losing side of romance. First is Anna, the girl next door type who can't say no to delicious food. Then there's Lemon Yukisho, a beautiful and spirited athlete. No, thank you. No, thank you. Shoshuman, how to become ordinary. Kabato decides to become an honest, humble citizen after enduring a bitter experience known as wisdom work. He forms a pact with Asani, his classmate, with the same goal, and they plan to enter high school leading quiet lives, but no, sorry, no, I'm not interested in that. Wonderful pre-cure. In the animal town where humans and animals live, Roha, who loves animals, is very close to her dog Komuji. One day, a mysterious creature, Garu Garu, goes berserk. No, sorry, just no. I'm not gonna watch that. Here's one I'm not gonna watch. Days with My Stepsister. When his father remarries, Yuta Asamura winds up sharing a roof with his new stepsister Saki Ayase, the hottest girl in his grade. Just no. Here's a show I will be watching and am watching. The strongest magician in the Demon Lord's army was a human. Now, that's a title you can get behind, right? That's a title you can get behind. Here's one I'm watching and I'm enjoying. The awesome newbie adventurer trained to death by the most powerful party became invincible. That's a cartoon I want to watch. Here's one I don't want to watch very much. Lawrence is a traveling merchant selling various goods from a horse-drawn cart. One day he arrives at a village and meets a beautiful girl with the ears and tail of an animal. Her name is Holo the Wise Wolf, and she brings bountiful. So, no, no. Here's a maybe, right? And I am watching it, but this actually comes out today. The magical girl and the evil lieutenant used to be arch enemies. Okay, I'll give that one a chance. That one's maybe possible, right? No longer allowed in another world. Okay, the title's working for me right off the bat. Fine, no problem. But is it actually good? Not really that good. That one. Twilight out of focus. A boys' school film club is the backdrop for three tales of new romance. This is like gay romance one. I'm not gonna watch that. No, definitely not. Ramen Akienko. Welcome to Ramen Akienko, a restaurant run solely by cats. I'm not gonna watch this. No. Pseudo harem. Edgy Kitahama joins the drama club with dreams of having a harem like the ones from his favorite manga. Rin Nanakura, an underclassman, finds herself crushing hard on Edgy and tries on different persona in his presence to win him over. No. No chance I'm gonna watch that. It's like girl summer something. Good for you, Stank Nasty. Good for you. Anyway, I I'm not gonna watch most of those cartoons that I just named. Unfortunately. So obviously, I have another sleep in me before I get up here really this morning. I wonder what Rachel's up to. I wonder if she's actually asleep. The new Y Piles came out. It's already got almost 600,000 views. It's about the Philadelphia experiment. I'd sure like to go back to bed myself. This not sleeping is for the birds. Yeah, not sleeping is definitely for the birds. Ah, this coffee tastes like the flavor of happiness. Mmm, so good. You got stuff you got to do this morning, simple girl? I've done a pretty good job of attending to some chores yesterday, so I'm feeling actually like I don't have a whole ton of stuff I have to do today. Elaine has a folder of nice emails that I keep to cheer myself up sometimes. Elaine, you're all right. Love, Bob. Like that. You print them out so you can look at them on a paper copy. I like this idea of saving positive emails about you to cheer yourself up when you need to. Or, you could use my technique. This is my patented technique for cheering myself up. But even though it's patented, you could use it. Hooray for Eric Strauss. Hooray, hooray, hooray for Eric Strauss. Because he is so awesome. Let's sing this song some and know all about his ways. And happy days. Hooray for Eric Strauss. That's a good way to cheer yourself up, too. That's only if your name has 3 syllables. Like Acacia could get away with it, but it's not really the right accent pattern. She has to pronounce the name Acacia for it to work. Yes, it has choreography for sure. I choreographed that myself, actually. Hard to believe, huh? feel like YouTube's trying to trick me. So there's this video that got age restricted. Age restricted is like the worst that they've ever done to me. Well, about a stream. So like usually it shows me in the past it showed me smoking or something. It is a nice backyard. Thank you very much, Joseph. Uh, do I hunt? No, I don't hunt. I do fish occasionally, but I haven't fished in a while. I live near some places where I could go fishing. And I have gone fishing around here, but not as much as I thought I was going to fish when I moved here. What am I drinking? A cup of coffee. Anyway, they're prompting me to review the thing and give them feedback as to whether it's right to be age appropriate, age restricted. I don't feel like I want to do that. I feel like they're trying to trick me or something. You're drinking a Coors? I don't drink alcohol anymore. I used to, but that was quite some time ago. Like if I tell them, yeah, you're right to age restrict it, or are they going to put me on some questionable list? So I just was like, I don't want to give feedback right now. And I'm not sure what I should do about it, really. It feels like I could be needlessly damning myself or positioning myself to be accused of not accurately reporting. So maybe I'm just better off not saying anything. Esoteric and numeric rhymes too. Right, it's no, I don't know if they have age restrictions on drinking alcohol or not, but what I'm saying is that they do occasionally age restrict one of my videos, usually because someone's reported it or something. I don't know. Which they report it because they're mad at me, but they. I think I might go peek in on Rachel actually and see what she's up to. If she's asleep or not. She's sleeping in the blue room. Might be cooler in there. Not sure. But that is where she's sleeping. Bring my guitar out. I have to get my car left. That's some high quality flirting there. I think that's called rizzing, actually. I believe Carla just rizzed you, Elaine. I don't want to break out the guitar right now because Rachel's still sleeping. Defamation will get you hidden. And that's what you're guilty of. Tidbits. Openness correlates with both inclusion and imagination. That suggests perceiving using intuition over sensation. An interesting third slot. Eternal child. Well, I don't think so. And I don't think so either. It's 5G science. It's the 5th generation of science. Yo soy un present. Tengo un present. This is my present. You can't take my present away. So, there you go. Taking care of people and animals. You sound like that lady from that horribly sad story by Sherwood Anderson, a story called Death in the Woods. Why did Sally fall off of the swing? I don't know. Waiting for Godot, but I bet you're going to tell me. She had no arms. She shouldn't have gotten on the swing in the first place in that case. Waiting for Godot. I think we can agree that an armless girl should know better than to try to swing. Who is there waiting for Godot? I want to know who is there. Not Sally. I heard that joke before, actually, but I forgot it until I got to the end of it here. Yeah, who put her on the swing is a good question. And were they bullying her? Excellent point, B. Bob. It was a conspiracy. A lot of things these days seem to be conspiracies. We live in very conspiratorial times. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot. To get the margarines, tater tots. He's got a good idea for a name changing business. Thinking now about what to call Christmas. When they hire his firm to change that name. And Gerald always thought there'd be chance enough to return to the work left rough. He'd get back to it eventually. But his visions piled up, and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. Now his mind is back on his business, thinking of changing factless to listless. Oh, how all the people will start their names. And Gerald knows he understands ever more clearly now. He won't provide explanation regarding the why or the how. He'll see you and know you from inside your heart. Exciting, delighting, Gerald plays his part. But Gerald still knew there's too much to do, and he had dropped time in the underview. Too much to rebut, so where now and what? Too much time spent nitpicking the skew. Oh, with you. Now Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot. To get the margarine's tasty spots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business. Thinking now about what to call Christmas. When they hire his firm to change that name. Now Gerald has a thought. So, despite saying I was not going to play the guitar, then I did. Falsetto. I don't know if it's really falsetto that I was singing, but maybe it was. I'm going to refill the old cofferoo. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? I remind you of Hugh Laurie. So, just another Meow Meow Tuesday. I think what I might do here is, I've definitely not slept enough. I might take a couple Gabba Gabba Haze, couple of Benadryls. Settle in for a long morning nap, you know. All right. Gabapentin, the San Francisco treat. And Benadryl, which is also the San Francisco treat. Well, you know, I haven't been live streaming as much, but I get my Adderall tomorrow. I'm trying to get all slept up by then. I think we all need to be completely honest with all of each other's. And to do that, I have to inform you of some bad news. To be completely honest, I'm going to end this stream right now. I'm going to watch a cartoon or two, and then I'm going to go back to bed. So I might see you again later on this afternoon, maybe this evening. But for right now, complete honesty requires me to inform you that this live stream is coming to an end. All right. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about your message, Sashu. I'm sorry about your question, Reiki, getting unanswered, but I'll be back later and better than ever, I'm sure. Until then, mwah!